there guys, what is up? I'm back with another video. I'm just documenting again, but this time I'm documenting our grapes. So my husband has been wanting grapes for so long, and so we're finally putting grapes in. I'm like, you know what, we're gonna do it. We tried grapes at our last place. They never ever worked out. We just didn't have enough sun or the space for them, so they just never produced fruit. They got green, but they never produced fruit. So I'm like, okay, this is the year that we are going to make it happen. And so this is what we have going on right here so far. So our original thought was to go ahead and just hang it up on this fence right here and train them to that to the wiring, but then we also realized that we do have a road right there, and so we just don't want people reaching through our fence and taking off our grapes. And so instead of doing that, plus I want a better trellis than those ones, because the grapes that we do have are the Concord grapes, and so I just want a better trellis system for them that's probably not going to work for. And so what we're doing now is we got 4x4 by 8 feet posts here. We have 3 of them right here. We have them about 32 inches away from the fence line, so then number one, people can't just reach through and grab our grapes, but also that gives me enough space to walk back here to be able to trim them and to prune them when it's, you know, time for pruning. So anyways, that's where one fence post is going to be, and the other right there. And I'll show you how we get these set up. So first, we're gonna go ahead and dig our holes. So we measured them out. And they're like, I lined it up with that post between that one and then that post right there. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to dig out the holes. We want them about 2 feet deep. These are 8-foot poles, and so that's going to give me 6 feet of pole, which is plenty to have. And then what we're going to do is I have the wires that we're going to hook up to them, and I'll go show you guys what the wires will look like. Okay, so this is what we have here. So we have 2 of these that we're going to be using. We have our hooks right here, and then our steel wire right here. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these hooks and we're going to hook it onto one of these outside posts. So for Concord grapes, I want 2 wires for them to be able to grow on. That's how I want to train them, is to grow on 2 different wires. I didn't want, you know, 4 of them. I only wanted 2. And so we're going to attach 2 of those hooks, one at about 3 feet and the other one about probably 4 feet or about 6 feet. So almost to the top of our post, since it will be 2 feet in the ground, that will give us 6 feet. So I'll probably come about a foot, kind of where that mark is right there, kind of come about a foot below for that next wire, or where that one's going to be. So then what we do, once we hook up those posts, or hook up the hooks and put them in here, we're going to take the wire, we're going to go all the way through, and then we're going to drill holes through these 2 posts that the wires can go between, or, you know, go in between, go through the middle of the post. And then they're going to continue, and then they're going to come to the other hooks on this side, and then we're going to use these right here to be able to get it all tightened up, so we have a really nice tight wire that will hold it, so that the grapes can grow on it. Now I have 2 different grapes. Well, they're both Concord, but I have one set of grapes that are going to grow here and one set that's going to grow there. Now if you do want your grapes to grow across the whole thing, you can instead just put a nail right here and then wrap your wires around it and tie them tight, so then the steel wires on the outside of your post. But because I'm wanting to grow it in 2 different sections, I'm going to have it go in between, like through the middle of this middle post right here. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to do the grapes portion, but that is going to come later because I got to get this trellis up. So that's how we're going to get it set up. Now let's go ahead and get it done. So I've just been digging this one hole. It seems pretty deep to me, but we're gonna go and measure it to see how deep the hole is. Okay, so we have our hole here. It is only about a foot deep. So we're trying to get it to 2 feet deep, so that the total height of the poles are 6 feet. So let me grab this, show you guys here. So see, we're maybe a little higher than a foot, slightly, or maybe we're under. Anyways, So about a foot deep. We need to do, like I said, 2 feet deep, but this is the type of clay, this is the type of soil that we have here in Texas. It's just straight up clay soil. So we have actually really poor drainage. It does drain, but it takes hours and hours and hours for it to drain. And so we have to do things a little bit different when it comes to all of our clay soil here. Like you can see the different levels and different types of clay. So we have this red clay, the white clay, the orange stuff. So anyways, my shovel is not reaching down any further. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my hand shovel to dig the rest of the way down. Oh my gosh, guys, look what just came. Ready? Boink. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. Get this open. Woo, look at it. Isn't she a beaut? Big detour from the grapes. I've been digging the post hole for like an hour now. My arms need a break and my standing weed tool just came. We have all these horrible weeds in our grass and they've been driving me nuts, and I don't want to sit there on my hands and knees and be digging them out the entire time. So oh my gosh, that worked amazing. So we got this tool and I am so freaking excited. So let me show you. I just pulled out that bad boy. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. Okay, so we have all these different types of weeds. So we have like these types of weeds. We have these really mean pokey ones, like the really mean ones. Let's go find some really mean ones and I'll show you this fun tool. I know there's a ton back here. Let's go find a big Mac Daddy one. Here's one. Ready? So you find the center, you go like this and you go yoink and you push it down and you tilt it and look. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It pulls it right out of the ground. Are you kidding me? Dude, now I can just go throughout my whole yard and just freaking get these stupid ones out of my yard. They've been driving me nuts. They like coming out here a lot. And my poor kids get their feet caught in them. And they're everywhere. But look at that. I'm like clearing this whole patch up right now. So look, it has like these little prongs here. So you just put it over, you step on it like this, and then you pull it back. And it pinches around them and it pulls it out. And then to get it out, I just use my foot and it gets it right out. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a lifesaver. Like look at all those I'm getting out right now. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Dude, okay. Well, that was a fun little detour. Now it's time to get back to the grape posts. Guys, I did it! I finally got it done. It did take me about 4 hours to do, simply because I was just doing it by myself. Now, if you have someone that's helping you, it's gonna go a lot quicker. But yeah, it was just me out here doing it because my husband was working. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get another one in and it'll go a lot quicker. But anyways, we got it done. So we dug 2 feet down all the way, so that's like about all the way up to my shoulder here. So it was really deep, but we did it and it is super sturdy. So I'll turn the camera around just to show you guys. So here it is in the ground right here. I just put some peat rocks on top. But anyways, so what you do is what I did is I dug 2 feet down and then I put some peat gravel in the bottom and used the post and kind of hit them into the dirt. Now typically you would want to find another flat rock to go on top of the peat gravel. That way your post isn't sitting in dirt. That's going to help prevent wood rot. But I looked everywhere and I literally could not find a flat piece of rock that was going to fit in that hole. And so I just did peat gravel. I did about 1 inch of peat gravel and then kind of slammed it down and then did another layer and then didn't slam that one down. But that's going to help you know, move water away from the post if water, you know, ever gets that deep. So you're going to want to do that, especially when you're putting these in the ground. Now, I didn't use any type of cement or anything like that because I have clay soil. When you compact clay soil, it basically becomes like cement. Now, if you have really loose, really fluffy soil, I would recommend probably doing cement in it just to hold your post still. But like, that's it barely wiggles. Like, that is a really sturdy post. And what I did is, if you have clay soil, you'll want to fill it up probably about 1 inch or 2, and then I used the end of my shovel handle and just packed it down, and I just slammed it as hard as I could to get that clay to really compress together, to get rid of all air pockets, and so that it would literally become like cement. And then I would do the next layer, pack it down, next layer, pack it down. So it did take me a little bit to fill it up, because I was doing it in layers and then packing it down. But by packing it down, it made it really, really hard, like really hard to hold it. So I don't need any type of cement, just because it holds it so well, and that's not gonna go anywhere. So anyways, and then I just put the peat gravel on top of it to help prevent any like grass or weeds from growing around it, because I just don't want any there. So anyways, we got our center post up. I'm super, super excited about it. Oh, the other thing you're gonna wanna do too is use a leveler like this one I have in my pocket, like this one, so that you can make sure that your post is going to be leveled and center. That just really helps. So I would pack it down, make sure it's leveled and center, then I would put more in, pack it down, make sure it's level and center. I did that about almost to the top, about halfway up, and then by that time it was holding in enough in the center from what I had previously packed to the bottom that I didn't need to do that all the way up to fill it. I just did it about halfway up. So anyways, I'm super, super happy with it, super excited. Now we're gonna start on this one probably tomorrow, and then I just have that one more post to put in, and then we'll put the wires across. So anyways, super excited about it, and I'm excited for the next post that we do. So I just want to show you guys what my grapes look like. So here are the grapes right now. They're starting to get buds on them, and I'm super, super excited. And so, I'll watch it this year. I'm not going to do any pruning this year at all. I'm just going to let this grow, and then next spring is when I'll actually do the first pruning. I'm going to train my branches to be able to grow on the wire strings that I put across. So I'll have 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. So once, I've let this grow, I'll trim a lot back and select only 2, or actually 4 of them to grow, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and then go from there. And then after that, we'll continue pruning. But for the first year, you can just put it in the ground and then just let it grow for that first year. And then the second year, the like spring of next year, is when I will go ahead and do the pruning for it all. But anyways, I just want to show you guys what it looks like, because I love seeing the buds on it. It just makes me so happy. And then also, here's our lemon tree that just came in, and then here's our banana tree as well. Just look at it. I love watching it unfold right there. I think it is the coolest thing. It used to be really tight and skinny, and now it's slowly just opening itself up. So super excited about it. But anyways, I am just stoked for these grapes. They are like, I'm just so excited to go out and eat them and have my kids eat them, and they're just gonna be delicious. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the next post in the ground. Hey there guys, okay, we're back. I am a sweaty hot mess right now just because I've been out here digging out grass for like hours, but I just want to turn around and show you guys what we have so far and how it's all going. Okay, as you can see from my last one, we are much farther. So I have all 3 posts in. Now I am digging out the grass in this area. This is where I'm gonna lay some cardboard down, get it nice and wet, and then take a lot of our just natural topsoil, put on top, mixed with like regular garden soil. But I just want to show you guys how we hung up the string. So I have 1 string right here. I'm gonna actually have to replace this one because I accidentally bought what's it called, like picture hanging wire, and it's holding for now, but my bottom one kept snapping, and so I have to get a different wire. But what we did is we went ahead and measured it. So I measured it down 1 foot from the top, and then 3 feet up from the bottom right here. I'm gonna have a stake in the ground for my to like tie my grapes to as they get taller, and then once they get really like their trunk, their main stem gets really big and things like that, I'll take off that stake. But for the time, that's what I have. So I just used a tape measure, marked it here, and then we pre-drilled some holes and then drilled these in. And then I took, I don't even know what it's called, but it's the one the one tool that's pokey and it looks like a square and it digs out holes. That's my best explanation of it. As you can see, I messed up a whole bunch of times because my holes were not lining up, and so I did it through there and then measured it here through the bottom, and then I have it on this side as well, there and through the bottom. I did way better at the bottom hole. I did the top hole, I messed up. And then over here we reattached again a foot from the top and then 3 feet from the bottom, these eye hooks here, and then we got these, I don't remember what they're called, but I think they're called like J hooks or something, and I wrapped it around tight here and then tightened it so that my string had some nice tension to it here. And so that is how you can get your trellis installed. I need to get my other stuff for the, I'm just actually gonna take this one off and I got like tension wire that they use for like chain link fences, and that's what you'll want to get, just because it's a lot tighter and they'll be able to hold the grapes, just because like these kept busting. I'm afraid that once my grapevines get big and have grapes on it, it's just gonna break them. So I'm switching them out, but that is basically how you do it. So now what I'm doing, I'm just taking the grass to about here, right there. I gotta finish removing it, and then like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put cardboard down, kind of like a weed barrier, but then also the cardboard will break down over time and hopefully improve my soil with the good topsoil that I put down. And then I do have like this edger that I think I'll put around the outside, just make it look a little bit better and a little bit more aesthetic. So anyways, that's how it's going so far. It's been a work in progress. It's been probably a, let's see, two-week project since I'm doing this just myself, but we are so close to being done. Like, I am so excited to be done. my other grape came in, they're starting to flower, they're doing really awesome and they're growing, and I just got to get these guys in the ground. And so especially with the heat starting to come, I gotta get them in the ground. And so that's why I've been just working so hard just on this section to get them in the ground. So once that happens, once I get the cardboard down, I'm just gonna mound it, make a really good tall mound, and put them in there, just because they don't grow well in our clay soil. I want their roots to get a good structure before they start going down into the clay. So anyways, that's where we're at so far, and we're just gonna keep on trucking. Hey there guys, so I finally finished the trellis, and you're gonna have to excuse this beauty right now. It has been one heck of a week. We all got sick. My son is still getting over being sick, and so it's been a little bit of a rough week, but we finally finished the grapes, and I'm so excited. They're all planted, and I'll show you guys what we ended with and what it looks like. Okay, so here it is. So we got this one in now, and we got that one in now, and it is looking really good. So we had to go ahead and I mentioned that my first mistake is that, well, I ordered the right wire, but they substituted it with a different type of wire, and it was like picture hanging wire, so it kept snapping on me. So we went and got this really thick type wire. Now it was a beast to be able to wrap on this, but it is super sturdy. That thing is not going anywhere, and I have it really tight. Not super tight, but there's some give to it. But we got it all tightened up there, and look at the little bug. Hello, little bug. And so then what we did is, I'm kind of, I guess, split testing two different sides. So this side, I actually have cardboard underneath, for like a weed barrier to kind of help it break down. And then I put some natural soil that we had, like clay stuff that was mixed with soil. I put that down, and then I had compost on here, and then I put just regular in-ground garden soil all on top. So it's really nice and thick here. So I have the grapes in mounds here, and they're doing really well so far. The posts are doing really well. Like I have two wires, so I'm going to train these grapes to grow on four, like, you know, have 4 different main vines that come off of it. Now as these ones get bigger, I'm going to have to stake them up to help them get to this height, and then I'll start to wrap them around. The reason why I did that is I want to make sure that there's enough airflow getting through these grapes. And so I have it pretty far off the ground and then kind of far from each other as well. I'll show you right there, just so that they can get adequate airflow. So it might take, you know, a little bit before they reach this top one, but they're doing really good so far. So, and then for this side, what I did with this one is I didn't do any cardboard under here. It is still natural soil, compost, and the regular in-ground. I just wanted to see which one is better. Now, I might live to regret that decision. I might get like tons of weeds that I'm gonna have to constantly pull out of here. We'll see when that time comes. I just wanted to see, you know, what happens if you do or if you don't. But this grape is doing really well too. So anyways, that is how I built my grapevine trellis. And then after I did that, I measured the heights that I wanted. I wanted one 3 feet from the bottom and a foot from the top. So it's about 6 feet from the bottom. Maybe a little bit less, probably like 5 feet because my posts are 6 feet. So about 5 feet from the top and then 3 feet right here. And so then you're gonna go ahead and measure them through. I have seen 2 different ways. I mean, there's lots of different ways you can add more wire across here if you like to. I just did 2 because I just want to train them to have 4 main vines, but you can have more if you want to. But I've also seen where people just put like a nail right here and then wrap the wire around the nail and go across. For me, I just did it through the post. I just wanted to do that way. I guess either way could have been fine, but that's the way I did it. So over here, I marked in where I wanted right here. I screwed in these eye hooks. I usually call them like hook eyes. My husband laughs at me, but eye hooks. And then we put the wire through, string it across, put it through the hole. I think they're called like J hooks. Anyways, use these little doohickeys and tightened it around here, and then just cinched it and twisted it so that it would get nice and tight. And that's what I did for both, and that's basically it. So anyways, I'm really excited to see the progress on these throughout the summertime, and I'll do updates for you guys as the grapes continue to grow on it. But I'm really excited for this area because it's a nice open fence right here, so they're going to get really good airflow coming in through here, which is going to be really great for their leaves, and to help with any pests or diseases or anything like that. Like you can already see, they're already rustling, which I'm excited about that. And then the other thing what I did too is we just went ahead and took some landscape edging here around the side and tacked it down. That way it was easier to mow, but then also to help keep this grass out of the grape garden bed. So anyways, I'm really excited for this. It did take me a long time. To be completely honest, it took me about say 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to do this. Again, that was all by myself though. My husband was working. He would come out. He did help me get these wires on and to tack it down. So he did help me every now and then when he was able to get away from work. But for the most part, I did this all myself. So if you do have some help, it's probably gonna go a lot quicker. The other thing that took me so long is that our clay soil takes, man, it is really hard to dig through. So it took me a while to dig through the clay soil. But anyways, the other reason why I did it right here as well is because I kind of wanted to create a little privacy fence as well, which grapes were great for. So if you're wanting some type of privacy fence, grapes are really great for that too. So that's why we put it here in the open area of our fence here, just to have a little bit more privacy and then also get grapes. So anyways, I'm just really excited with how it turned out. It's like one of those things where it's like you did it, like you worked really hard for it, and man, it was a pain in the butt while doing it, but it's like, yeah, like complete satisfaction. So I'm really happy, and I love seeing it out here because it's like, I did that was me. So anyways, I'm really excited to see how it grows and how it does throughout as it's progressing. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss any other future videos like this one. I'm going to be sharing, you know, my tips, my tricks, what I'm doing throughout my yard, and help you along the way. So anyways, I'll catch you guys later.